Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing and playing Pokémon Masters EX. Now, Pokémon Masters EX is different than your normal Pokemon game. It's a really fun game to play, and it's just been so amazing so far, and it's really odd because you start off with Blue introducing you into the Pokemon world and everything that is going on instead of your professor. Now, as we start off into Pokemon Masters EX, Blue shows us basically the ropes of the game as you start off with Blue, Red, and Leaf, or Green depending on which version of her she is. Next, you go off against Champion Cynthia, Lance, and Steven's team, and it's basically the introduction to the game, which is really cool because you're facing off against one of the most strongest champions and the other most strongest Pokemon trainers in the game. Now granted, we get to play as the most strongest Pokemon character in the game, which is Red, Blue, and Leaf, which is also the original characters in Pokemon, which is really cool. So it shows you how to start up the game, and it's actually skippable, as I think and earlier when it first pops up, you're allowed to skip the introduction, and you get to play with Charizard, Eevee, and Pidgeot. Now, as you continue to play and have it tell you which buttons to pick, because you can't just pick the buttons on your own, you have to follow the directions of the game. But what's really cool is it starts you off with a sync pair. You get to see Lance's sync pair, and you yourself get to do a sync pair with Red and his Charizard, which is extremely cool because when Red does a sync pair with Charizard, it actually mega evolves. The sync pair that you and Red get to do with Charizard is titled Living Legend Blast Burn, which really looks super sick. It's a really cool and fun way of playing Pokemon, since every battle is like a triple battle. And as you see in the introduction, obviously you're gonna get the victory. Now we go back with Blue, who introduces us more into what Pokemon Masters EX is. Now when we get back to Blue, he asks us about ourselves, which usually in the Pokemon games, you get to choose your name and your character design, and you actually get to choose more than just your face. You get to choose a lot more than what you look like in the game, for you get to choose your skin tone, eye color, and your hair color. As I was having a little bit of fun with this, choosing and playing around with the spin, that you can see your whole character and the whole outfit of what they're wearing, which is really cool. You can also change the setting later as it lets you know, but it is really cool to do. And when I play Pokemon games, I usually like to use the name Rocket, for that is my name, and we get back into the story. Well, into the introduction story. And then Blue tells us all about the tournament, which is the Pokemon League tournament that he tells us about soon. The Pokemon Masters League, or PML for short. And he tells us all about trainers competing all around the world in this competition, as we are too. Now, it's really super cool to see his Pidgeot in the background. For Pidgeot is one of my favorite bird Pokemon. It's just so cool. But as we continue off the game, we got to go do a little bit more dialogue, and then we get straight into it. And with our first Pokemon start, which actually is being Pikachu, which is really cool because it's like a reference to the Pokemon series with Ash having Pikachu as his starter. Now we get to talk to Nurse Joy, which is actually not Nurse Joy, as Trisha. I mean, they really should have kept it as Nurse Joy. And she tells you all about the Pokemon Master League and gives you your very own Purryphone so you can register. She tells you what the Purryphone is and tells you about two other people, very important people, who are also looking for teammates for the league. and those two other people are Misty and Brock. Because since Paris haven't been in other games before, as I am aware of right now, but we get introduced into Brock and Misty, which is really cool, and they actually have the voiceover a little bit, which is a nice touch. For most mobile games and the Pokemon games in general don't really have voiceovers. Just take in the refreshingness as you listen to Misty and Brock's voice, for it sounds so similar to the original series, Misty and Brock.
Have you heard of the Kanto gym leader they call the tomboyish mermaid? That's me, Misty.
My name's Brock. I'm a gym leader. When it comes to rock-hard willpower, nobody can beat me. All right.